Hey guys, it's KMCers. I am Kirsten and welcome back to another video. So today's video we are going to be embarking on another artistic adventure, and we are going to be making my Mother's Day gift. Every single year I make my mom something new and do a new crafting skill, and this year is no different, and I spent some time doing my research figuring out what idea I really wanted to make, and I decided on doing latch hook. But not just any latch hook, because as I was searching, they do make kits for latch hooking, so if you really want to get into it, I would start there. I did do a latch hook previously, so I do have some ideas on what I'm doing, but that was a pre-made kit, and this year, this time, I am doing a customized one. I am making my own customized rug, basically, in my mom's style, basically, because I could not find one online anywhere that would match her aesthetic. So I'm gonna make her a customized one, and I'm gonna teach you guys the steps on how to make it yourself, and I will of course show you the finished product by the end of this. And yeah, so let's talk about the supplies. The supplies you are gonna need are, starting with the rug canvas. It looks like this. Also need a latch hook. So you will also need yarn. Yarn can be any type of color that you want for any design you want. So I'm doing a specific design and it requires a specific color. So these are the colors that I picked up for my design. If you can guess what my design is before you actually see my design, go ahead and comment down below. I would love to know if you can guess what my design is. So pause this video, go to the comments, guess what this design is going to be, and then come back and watch the rest of the video so you can see if you're right. But basically the colors I have are this gray color. I have white. It's just white. I have black. I have this blue, really pretty blue, and the maroonish red color. You will also need, though, and I have it in a binder, but some graph paper. This is what it looks like. It has like squares, and they're very similar to the squares that are on the canvas, so it's very easy to design on the paper to put it on your canvas. And of course you can use pens, markers, whatever, and of course I have markers that match my coloring of my yarns. I do need to go find my black one, but you're gonna use these to kind of sketch out on your canvas what color goes where, so you can kind of have a guide to what colors you need. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, crafting scissors of any kind, yarn scissors, anything, because you will use this to cut your yarn. So, and also I am going to be measuring out a piece of cardboard to kind of help keep all the lengths of my yarn the same and not mess that up. So you could also use a pom-pom maker, but I'm gonna save us a little bit of money by not purchasing that, because I do have a cardboard box I can use that does the same purpose. So let's make this rug for my mom. I was trying to figure out the design stuff, so last night I also laid flat and put some heavy stuff on the rug canvas. I did buy two by accident, but I took it out of the packaging and it was all like folded. So I did lay it out with some heavy stuff to kind of flatten out. And I have decided that the easiest way of doing it is going to be this. We're gonna take a bunch of these graph paper, it's graph paper, if you can tell, and I'm gonna tape them together. I'm gonna put them along the rug canvas, and I'm gonna tape them together to kind of get the idea of how big, and then I will be able to draw the pattern onto a whole like thing of paper. Here, all done. So now this is kind of going to be our template for how we want to colorize and the design of our customization. So there's box there, 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 and there. So you're supposed to take 4 boxes in on each side of your netting. It's looking a little crazy. I'm gonna show you what I so far have. If you can guess in the comments what I am making, go ahead and do that. I'm curious to see if anybody knows what I'm doing, because the way it looks right now looks absolutely crazy, and I don't even know if it makes sense. This is what I look like. I don't know if you can understand. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas of what my design is going to be. This is so far what I have done, and my eyes are starting to hurt, and I'm starting to just see like lines everywhere. It's not perfect, and I have. So, final guess before I show you the design that I have drawn out. What do you think my design is gonna be? I will give you a little bit of a hint. It is sports related, so take that. Alright, that's the design. I think it actually looks pretty good like this. So I did write out the colors on where they go, but we are going to be using markers to mark them in the design on the paper, and then we are gonna do it on the actual canvas. Alright, that's what I'm looking like. I still have this right here. I have a little bit right there to do. And then I have this section. But otherwise, I've done all this section as best as I could. Alright, it is completed. I did have some mess ups up here. And I did also have some mess ups down here. But I'm going to try to fix them as I am putting the yarn on. But this is what it looks like. Let me just take the background out for you. Alright, this is what we're looking like without the backing. So it's not terrible. There is some mess ups, but it's fine. We'll work on that. Now I'm gonna figure out how much yarn of each color I may need. We're gonna start using our yarn. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I've been cutting out my little strands. My little yarn strands, whatever they're called. Anyways, I cut out a bunch. I have like white, gray, and black in here. I have some maroon in here, and then I have blue. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what I did because I worked on that last night. But you take your yarn, and I cut out this. So this is what I'm gonna wrap it around. But I basically hold the piece, then I wrap it. Now, I've been only doing a single layer just to make sure that they're even and they're not as uneven. And then you wrap it. My thing started down here. This is the ending. I like to wrap it till the other part is at the same spot. I am gonna cut it off. It doesn't have to be exact, but it cut it off, right? So now on this side, we're gonna go ahead and cut it. So all I do is I slide my scissors under my yarn, which is more difficult with kitchen scissors. And then I just hold it and cut it. And then I take it off the thing, and I have strips of yarn. Is this full? My camera just stopped recording. Now I'm wondering if my SD card was full. So I changed the SD cards and now it's working. So anyways, what I was saying is I continued this process with all of the different colors that I needed, and then I got a decent amount of each color. Now, if you really wanted to figure it out, that's math for you, and I'm not good at math. So because I'm doing multiples of different color and every color has different like spacing and stuff, I'm just gonna cut them as I go. So I got a decent stockpile for me to start with, because I'm pretty sure that blue is my most used color, while like black and gray are probably my least. So now my next step that I'm gonna be working on today is actually latch hooking all of these little yarn pieces onto my canvas. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to show you. I did do a couple just to get the hang of it. But you're gonna take your tool and you're gonna go through on both sides. You're gonna take your string and loop it around this, and then you're going to put it basically inside the hook part and then close it. You're going to pull it and then it loops it, and then I just like to pull it and then push to the side so that way I can work in a row. Alright, so if you didn't catch that, you're gonna go through the canvas hole on both sides. You're basically gonna like, this canvas is not easy to work with. Okay, so I got it looped in. Now I'm gonna loop my string around, and then I'm gonna open this thing because it likes to shout on me. I'm gonna put my cloth in it, and then I'm gonna pull it through the two holes basically. You're gonna pull it tight and I'm gonna push it to the side. Now, I cut out really long pieces. I wanted to make sure that like I had enough string to work with. So at the end, I will cut them up to be smaller because I feel like this is just shaggy raggy. I'm gonna put it through. And I feel like as you are working with your canvas, it will maybe loosen up a little bit more because right now it's just very stiff. I'm gonna put my thing because it doesn't like to open. Then I'm gonna pull it through. And you continue to do this. As soon as your color changes, you just start picking up the new color. So right now I'm gonna work on all the blue. And maybe work as sections at a time, but this is what I'm starting with. I'm having to go at an angle just to get my hook in the hole, because I feel like the holes might be a tiny bit looping my yarn. I'm gonna open up the tool, put the yarn in it, sideways it kind of tilted a little so it hooks it. Then I'm gonna pull it through the yarn and use something like that. Pull it tight and then push to the side for me. I'm gonna push it to the side. This is what I am looking like. I've been working on this, crochet hooking it or latch hooking it all weekend, and this is what we got so far. We have about half of it done and the other half to go, and then we'll have the background to do as well, and show you that I did get the design done. Do you see the design? So I just have like the edges, obviously the rest of the rug to do. Oh, I still have to put a black, red, blue, and gray I will put around the edges of this mat. So I am gonna try to mark it with my markers as best as I can, but yeah, I'm just doing very basic on the background because I don't want it to take away from the actual design itself, since I did work super hard on the design itself. I haven't cut it or anything. This is just what I have, I want to say knitted, but that's not the word. I have latch hooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out my outline. So I did want to show you guys that I did draw out the outline of my mat, as well as, like, I don't know if you can tell, but I did do the outline there. All of this white up here in between is going to be the red color, but this part that's closest to the blue yarn is going to be white. And then of course I have the black, the red, the blue, and the gray outline. I will warn you that while you're doing this, your hands do get stained. I get markings, there's some right there too, all along working on this. So you also get it while you're doing the yarn part too. So it just like does transfer. Just be aware of that. I don't know, maybe it's just like my marker type that I'm using. All right, that is what we're looking like. Can't really tell on this side what I need to do still. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over so I can show you exactly what I still need to do. All right, this is what I'm looking like. So if you can tell, I still have a bunch of red to do up in here. I do still need to finish the red on this side. And then down here, you can see there's 2 lines of black. I need to finish the second line on this side. The edge, this white right here is the edge. It starts at this black line right here, is kind of where the actual rug part starts. So I do need to fold over the white part and have the black part on the edge. So I do need to get this to stay down. So I am just cutting up some of this gray. I'm using gray because it's a very neutral color. I'm not making my pieces very big. Stay down. I am not doing it the proper way. There is an actual like method to it, but I do not have the tools to do that. So I'm just kind of making do with what I got. And I did test it out already. Let me just show you. This I did test out. I am gonna probably put a couple more on this side just to make sure that it lays as flat as it can, because there is some areas that it's like bumping up a little more. But I thought I would show you exactly what I'm doing first and then do that at the end. Okay, so take my string and I'm just gonna put it through, hopefully you can see this, through a hole of the netting. I'm just gonna pull it through so that way it's on both sides of this netting, as you can see. I'm gonna kind of line it up on the bottom to kind of figure out where I want this string to come out on this side. So I need to go down. Probably right there. I'm gonna hold my finger so you can see my finger through the hole. I don't know if you can tell, but that's my finger. And then I'm gonna push this piece, the piece that is on the other side of the netting here. This is the netting, the other side. I'm gonna push it through that hole so that way I can pull it through on the other side. And I hold the other side so that way it doesn't like completely go off. Then I'm gonna flip it over. Here's my piece of string right here. And I am gonna find the hole next to it. And I'm gonna push this side so it will come out on the other side. So now it's on the other side. And then I'm gonna loop it through this netting so that way the 2 pieces are kind of side by side from each other. Hopefully you've been able to see this. I'm gonna pull it tightly and then I'm just gonna tie a knot. I do a few just to make sure that it stays. And then I just trim off a little bit of the excess. Completed the back. I folded my corners down. I tied them off. This is the top. I did the sides as well. The bottom doesn't have extra, so I just cut off the little that I had. And then I did this side. Okay, move that side now. And sorry about the wind, but we're gonna be using this stuff. Looks like it's white. And I do have a paintbrush that I bought specifically for this project. So. Alright, so update on the rug. I did paint the glue stuff on. You can kind of see the yellow. That's all glued. This is all glued, okay? But I'm not loving the edges still because some of them are just like still not down. So I think I'm gonna try to cut it off instead, and then because like the bottom side here, let's show you. Okay, so the bottom side does not have an edge, and I think it looks so much better without the edge. Alright, so I cut out most of the edges. I did leave majority of this top one just because it was actually laying pretty flat, but it did cut off the rest of them, and then I did glue them, as you can see. So hopefully this will work. Alrighty guys, so I attempted to cut it with scissors and that was just gonna take me way too long. So I did want to use like a carpet trimmer thing, but I couldn't find one in my town, and every single one of them won't be here for like a week if I ordered it online, and I don't have that time. So I went ahead and picked up these fur pet trimmers. We're gonna just test this out. I heard that fur trimmers are very similar to carpet because they have kind of the same kind of consistency, but I thought we would try it out. So we got this. It's a rechargeable. Alright, so I just did this little section, and as you can see, this is so much longer than all this. So this may take me some time, but it definitely is working. I mean, look at all this I'm cutting off. So it is working. That's fun. So yeah.
You just hit your elbow.
Yeah, sorry for the barking. Neighbor's dog. Anyway.
That looks so pretty.
How do you like it? It's a finished product. It's all cut, shaved down.
It looks pretty.
Does it look good? Does it look like what I wanted it to look like?
Yeah, I would say so.
And then here's the back. It's the ugliest backing ever, but it works. It does work.
Because the backing isn't supposed to be pretty.
I would maybe actually get a backing next time if I was to redo this. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hit that bell notification so you're notified when we post. Also subscribe. I totally went out of order, but subscribe if you haven't already. Join our family. We'd love to have you. This is KMCers, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Bye.